Alright, hello everyone. You are probably seeing all these cars and you're like, Josh, what's going on? So I decided that I should kind of show all of you guys where my collection is at this moment in time. Now I am missing a few cars. You can probably see here and along the way. I'll kind of tell you guys what I'm missing. But before we do start, I want to make note that I am missing the King Strip Weathers, the 43 Dynaco car. Used to be this guy right here, but he had so many like scratches and chips. Like the hood was starting to chip. You could see the Dynaco logo, but there were some chips there. The number 43 on the side was pretty much like half off. And a few other chips were on the car. So I'm like, I really can't showcase that. I mean, so I decided to make it this, and then I'm gonna reorder one. That's like what, like $8 right now on Walmart.com. It's not that expensive in the grand scheme of things, especially for a main character like that. But yeah, hold on, let me just turn it. Okay, well, someone's clearly mad. I don't know if you heard that. Someone's just honking their horn. That's like what happens when your house is on a street corner right next to an intersection. One guy doesn't go as soon as the light turns green. Everyone gets mad. Well, anyway, I should probably not get on a rant about that. Let's get into the collection, yeah? So, first over here, speaking of, we have intersection. That was actually a very much unintended segue. Did not mean to segue into it like that, but we did. So, this is the 00 Cars 1 Racer. Obviously, it's a custom. Looks nowhere near as good as these two. And his name, let me pull it up because when I make customs, I go to the Piston Cup wiki. And I can always link that down in the description. And it does not want to load. So I'll be right back. So apparently this guy is Clark Clankenstein. Clark, whatever. Yeah, Clark Clankenstein, 00. This is the first custom I did out of all these, and I really like his design. Now this shade that I used is pink, leans more towards red, which I kind of felt like was appropriate due to the color of Jimmy Cables over here. And I may also use this same shade when I go ahead and turn this guy into the Shifty Drug, which we'll get to momentarily here. We're just kind of going in number order. This over here, like I said, is Jimmy Cables. This is a new sponsor for Cars 3 back when that came out in 2017. Was not actually in Cars 1, which is why we have a custom here. And this was one of the stock cars that actually went ahead and got replaced by Flipped Over. Now, this is not an actual Flipped Over diecast. Yes, this is a real diecast made by Mattel and all that. But if you look here on the spoiler, it actually says RS. That was like a little product line they did where they kind of like released racers and like that were really, some of them were common, but some of the racers that they released were like a little rare at the time, which is why he's the only one I have. Nowadays he is not this one specifically, but that real version is like $23 on, what was it, Amazon. I think it was being sold for $23 on Amazon, which for that price, it's no wonder I still have this guy. But yeah, so maybe one day I'll actually go ahead and get the real Flipped Over. But for now, we're gonna go with that. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, you know. Not gonna lie, I'm actually I'm actually a pretty big fan of this color. Doesn't look too good on camera, but up close, ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, so that is the whole intersection crew there, and I'm gonna go put them back. I'm gonna go reach. Oh, this one we got 4. Literally, we got number 4, and there's 4 of them. So we're just on a roll with customs today, aren't we? So this is the entire toe cap line. Obviously a custom car right here. And as you see, that's something I'm starting to do. You see Next Gen back there. Cars 3 veteran, Cars 1 veteran. And then, oh, what's that? What's that doing there? And then obviously you see the pre-Cars 1 era racers. That's what I'm starting to do. So this is the first car that has a pre-Cars 1 era racer that I made. I've not named them yet, so if you got any names, go ahead, put it down below. And you got over here the number 4 Rusty Corn Fuel. He was the Cars 1 toe cap racer. Don't quote me on this. I believe this is Jack DePost. I believe this is Jack DePost. I think this is Jack DePost. And then Next Gens, I really haven't taken the time to learn their name, but this is the number 4 toe cap Next Gen racer. The green rim design there, I like that a lot. And yeah, it's, you know, it's toe cap. And I'm just trying to briefly go over these as like quick as possible, because I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm going to save the ranting and all that for while I'm getting them. And I'm actually missing one here. I'm actually missing the Cars 3 stock car here, the Cars 3 veteran. Obviously on the left I have a custom Cars 1, which is alright. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of this, in my opinion. It's kind of ugly. This is the Next Gen Synergy Racer. But yeah, not much to write on there. Now this one, I haven't made a custom Next Gen for yet. Obviously, Dale Jr. from Cars 1, and I made a custom Dale Jr. from Cars 3. Because Jr. did not make a cameo in Cars 3, but he did in Cars 1. So I made a custom Jr. number 88 instead of 8. And then I plan to do a number 88 Alex Bowman custom. I'm going to name him Alex Showman, because Bowman's nickname IRL is Bowman the Showman. So I thought that one was fair. And got the Combustor Cars 1 custom and chip gearings over here. So this is the Combustor. A little bit different shade of purple. This one's a lighter shade. This one's clearly a darker shade. I like the actual one better. As you can see here, I kept them both green rims. Yep. And I kind of had them with the same paint job here. Although you see his green kind of goes down here, you know, to the front a little bit. His green just kind of stays there. Yeah, I tried to keep the design as similar as possible. You know, this one's really something, isn't it? Boom, the Oreo Racer. So, little story behind this one. I didn't even show you guys this one in the video where I showed the cars that are going to be in the series, because they didn't make him by that point. He was like a last second custom. I was literally getting ready to start filming, and I'm like, you know what? While I film, I should go ahead and look at some, Disney Cars related videos. So I watched a video on the trailer for Cars 1, and apparently they had an Oreo racer in there who just wasn't in the movie. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. I love Oreo. Ooh, is it voice crack? Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. I love Oreo. And, yeah. That's kind of what I did there. And of course, I have to go ahead and make a Cars 3 Veteran and Next Gen for Oreo. But we can take care of that. We can take care of that when we will. Here is Igniter. Jackson Storm sponsor. Brand new for Cars 3. Kind of came in. Jackson Storm took out McQueen pretty much, Storm came the next big shot at the top, letting McQueen had to go through his whole little montage and stuff. So, while I have not done a Cars 3 Veteran for Igniter yet, I do have here Cars 1 Stock Car, which is good enough, We're not to the point in our little series where these guys start getting replaced yet. So, we don't need them right now. But, I like to customize right now, so we kind of have them. Maybe I can include them in the storyline before they end up taking center stage as the new generation Piston Cup racers. But, yeah. So, obviously I kind of kept them both as black with the main base. Storm has a bit more blue. I just chose to go solid black for this. Because I just felt like it looked better. It kind of made his blue eyes pop just a little more. On camera you probably can't see it. But yeah, the all black just kind of made the blue eyes pop a little more, so that was, I think, a good decision by me. Next up, got Blinker. Ryan inside Laney. There we go. Speedy Comet, and whatever the wiki said this guy was. Yeah, so for Cars 1 custom that I did, you can see here the style that I did was, again, kind of similar. You see you got the blue back here and the orange up front. On Speedy, see the blue just kind of comes down to the front, whereas here it kind of stays put. Speedy has blue rims with an orange outline. Got orange rims here on the Cars 1 racer, no outline. And then once again, blue rims, orange outline, no blue, orange primary. So yeah, it's kind of basic there. Now, the next one, Nitroade, got Aiken Axler. This is Phil Tankson, I believe. We're probably in for about a half an hour video here. Just bear with me. So, I have this die-cast right here that I'm going to use for a custom. And since it has black rims, and the Piston Cup wiki says that the Nitroade racer prior to Aiken also has black rims with brown eyes, I thought, why not give it a go? And plus, if you notice here, Aiken is like the only nitrate racer here without brown eyes. He's got blue eyes. Phil Tankson's got brown eyes. Tim Treadless has brown eyes. It's really just Aiken all in a group by himself. But yeah. And we're going to get on a whole other rant when it comes to brown eyes much later. Alright? Nothing against brown-eyed people. I have brown eyes myself, but Disney, or well, Mattel, they decided to do something so stupid when making the racers. Actually, I'll just go ahead and show you. So we're going to get to Ralph Carlo a little later. But as you can see, definitely not brown eyes. The Cars 3 version, oh, would you look at that? Brown eyes. These are the same guy. Mattel, this is the same guy. And they also did it for Todd Marcus. Who else did they do it? They did it for Murray. Or not Murray, what's this guy? Floyd Mulvihill. Yeah, they did it for Floyd Mulvihill. They did it for Paunchy Wipeout, even though I don't have Paunchy Wipeout from Cars 3 yet. They did it to, like, all the guys. I don't know why. I'll never know why. But they did. But anyway. So, here we have the Cars 1 Terry Car Gas. And the Cars 3 that are in Terry Car Gas. Now, apparently this Terry Car Gas model is incorrect. Okay, yes. So, apparently, Terry Car Gas's real model apparently supposed to be this mold. Instead, it's this one. Which, like, that's not cool. The reason I like this mold better is because it's like, you know, what if Terry came in prior and got his body swapped? That's cool. Also, I'm a little sick today. So there's both Terry Car Gases. Cam spinner right here. Outside of him, I usually wouldn't ever buy him for customs unless I'm doing the custom Apple Racer JP Drive. It has these kind of silver rims. But yeah. Next up, we got Mood Springs, who are going to give all of you guys a shocking revelation in episode 1 of Chase for the Piston Cup. Moving them back here. Chuck Armstrong on the left. Dud Throttleman. And I don't know your name. I'm not too good with the next gen racers and their names. That's not really my thing there. But yeah. Mood Springs is going to bring a shocking revelation when it comes time for episode 1. Here's another one. Dirksen D'Agostino and Dirksen D'Agostino. They also did it with him. He has like grayish eyes here, brown eyes here. I am missing Steve Slick LePage, which is the next gen version of him. So what is our total real car count? Missing the 5 from Cars 3 Lane Lock, missing the 11 next gen, and we're missing the 34 next gen. So our current car count is like 3. Now on to my favorite sponsor of all time, Shifty Drug. So here, I thought I was going to sneeze for a second. Okay, here we have Kevin Racing Tire on the left. Now, funny thing about Kevin Racing Tire, this is supposed to be lighter. This is like a more reddish color. It's supposed to be lighter. But since I don't have that version, like I said, we're going to make a Cars 3 Kevin Racing Tire out of a duplicate Todd Marcus. And we're going to use the same pink, which was this one right here. And that is going to be Cars 3 Kevin Racing Tire. If you look closely, you see you got like a little pinkish tread there. I did that myself. I took these rims off, or took the tires off, and I did that myself. Then for the next gen, we have William Byrev, based off the real life William Byron, and they modernized the logo a little bit. They went from Shifty Drug to just simply Shifty RX, which is how you say drug. RX means drug, so they kind of simplified the logo there, which I'm a huge fan of. Kind of toned down the pink a lot into like a lavender color, and they turned the yellow into just straight gold, which I'm actually a huge fan of on that one. Now, this is Eugene Carbureski, alongside Reb Meeker and the tank coat car. Now, again, tank coat car is not exactly the exact one from the movie. Just like the 00, this is a sideline. This one is from the Fireball Beach set. That included, what was it, Lightning McQueen, Cruz Ramirez, and what else was it? I don't know. I only bought this one because I wanted it so bad. I remember having like all the other beach racers in like regular form, and I didn't have the tank coat car at all. And I'm like, dude, I need this. But yeah, Eugene Carbureski up here is a little chip. He's starting to wear and tear his stuff. Reb Meeker is like a... I mean, he's in pretty good shape aside from all the lettering coming off the tires. Now, he is so old. I've had him in my collection for a long time. I've had him in my collection since Cars 3 came out. Both him and Rex Reveler, who we'll get to in a moment. And the reason I don't buy new ones of these is because, like, A, why would I? It's only the tire lettering. But B, because I actually got these from Kmart. Kmart is no longer around. And so these cars are kind of special to me. They're like the last cars I bought from Kmart. And somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I also have a Jackson Storm from Toys R Us. And so those cars, I try to keep, I try to keep them around. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say for tank coat. And I'm just trying to kind of go through them, let you guys just kind of look at them. Viewzine. Let me check your side. Alright, yeah, you're good. Alright, this is Viewzine. Moving back a little bit to left. Ryan Shields, Buck Bearingley, whatever your name is. My major thing with the next gens are they're either blue or green, or blue and green. There's a lot of next gens with blue out there. Pretty much like half the next gen field is either blue or green. Or like I said before, blue and green. And Viewzine is no exception. So, yeah. And I'm just kind of like skimming over them now, showing you guys what I have. Ooh. Buck Bearingley has a little chip on the front grill. Don't know when that happened. I'm just kind of showing you guys, not in detail what I have, but this is the By and Large Racer Custom. Obviously, it looks horrible. I got to do a regular version. Then I got to do a next gen as well. So, got to do a Cars 3 Veteran. Got to do a next gen. That's all there is really for the By and Large Racer. Easy item. Used to be number 51. Now is number 15 as Cruz went ahead and took 51. But yeah. So these are kind of even when it comes to how the scheme is designed. A little bit difference. Not much. Overall, Easy Idol with their color scheme made a very, very interesting brand for themselves. And something I love. Instead of just keeping the color scheme and throwing another blue car out there, they actually made him primarily silver. Or, well, gunmetal gray, actually. They made him primarily gray with a few blue and white streaks on him. And I actually love that. Like, obviously, you know, you can't get rid of the blue because that's Easy Idol's whole thing. We'll talk about a brand that did that in a minute. You could probably see them back there. But yeah, they actually kept it. Next up is Leakless. So yeah, Claude Scruggs, whatever your name is, and George Newin over here. I actually just picked up George Newin like not even a month ago. For the longest time, I wasn't able to find him. Went to Target. He was in an 11-pack with the cam spinner that I just showed you guys, and Jackson Storm. He was with the 4 and 5. Now I already had a 4 and 5 at that point. And so I just decided, well, they're in the pack. They have like absolutely no scratches. Might as well just, you know, put those in, you know, because the 5 was actually good, but the 4, like the old one, had a few scratches and stuff. So I just put the new one in. I'm like, might as well put the new 5 in. So yeah, ended up getting George Newin. Now the Leakless tribe is complete. And also, by the way, I should mention, all these Piston Cup racers get outdated gen counterparts like this, except the ones with this model. So like we just covered, the Leakless, Claude Scruggs, Eugene Carbureski, James Clean Air, which we'll see in a minute, Floyd Mulvihill, Misty Motorcraft. Those guys probably won't get old counterparts, and if they do, it'll probably be something like this. It'll probably be a Strip Weathers model or a Chick Hicks model. Yeah. So, next we got Fox Wheel Drive. Johnny Blamer. And I don't know these two. Yeah, I like the blue nose on Johnny Blamer. They kind of got rid of it here, did less blue. And then over here they just switched it, you know. There's like really almost no blue aside from like the quarter panel back here and just the line that goes around the hood all the way to the sides and back. So just another next gen, in my opinion, that was ruined by the predominant green and blue. Next up, Fiber Fuel. We got the next gen Gogo Logano 56. His name is just escaping me right now. I'm forgetting it. It's escaping me right now. What is it? Brush Kerber, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, so Brush Kerber, Gogo Logano. This one is actually kind of interesting. You got Billy Oil Changer, orange, and they switch it up. Bobby Swift and Danny Suarez are like purple with a little bit of orange. Is a huge switch up. Personally, I don't like it. I really don't like it because purple is just so close to blue in this case scenario that it just kind of lines up with every other blue racer out there. But yeah, like at least with the toe cap number 4, they kind of brightened the purple as bit, so it wasn't like as dark to where it could be like a dark blue, you know. At least like toe cap kind of worked with it, so you know it's purple. Here you just kind of like, yeah, it's purple, but like, you know, close to blue. James Clean Air. You got Brick Yardley, Chase Racelet. So this is once again another brand that stays consistent with their colors, though unfortunately it is green like half the next gen field. They also kind of did away with a lot of the white on the next gen, so I'm a little bit sad about that. And honestly, I kind of feel like white or black kind of stands out on the next gens. Like, when it comes to white next gens, we only have Paul Conrav, the bumper save, and we have the Apple Racer, JP Drive. So I feel like if you put white on the next gen, it stands out. And then, of course, black. When it comes to next gens, there's Tim Treadless. There's Jackson Storm. And then if you want to make a case, Georgia Newman has some black on them as well. So when it comes to like black and white, there's really not that much next gens that have that color scheme there. So even if you put that on a car, it makes it stand out just all the much more. Now we're getting over here. This is the last one I'll review for this one. And then I'll make another episode maybe tomorrow or something, and we'll start with RPM. But yeah, this is Transberry Juice, Lee Revkins, Bubba Wheelhouse. Now you got purple here, and then the purple kind of just like goes into a bluish, and I'm not really a huge fan of that, as I've stated before. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one, and hopefully you guys will come back for part 2.